I'm Trinity, and I did the 36 questions exercise with 4 different people for my final project. 2 of them, a sibling and a friend, I already had a connection with, and 2, classmates number 1 and 2, I did not. Before doing the activity, with each participant, I rated our connection on the iOS scale. I asked them to do the same, strictly for curiosity reasons, and also so I could compare our answers. Then I explained what the activity would consist of. Every single person asked me what the purpose of the exercise was, and I answered that the goal is to form a deeper connection with one another. I found that the more effort and thought you put into your answers, the higher the number went on the iOS scale, which means that we both felt that we had a deeper connection after answering the questions. Another very interesting thing that I found was that a comfortable or cozy and private environment encouraged both myself and the participants to put more effort into our answers. Next, I am going to compare and contrast the interactions that I had with my 2 classmates, but before I do that, I would like to touch on the iOS scale and social penetration theory. Both things that I mentioned earlier and that we've already learned about. So, inclusion of other in the self scale was created by Arthur Aaron to determine a person's connection to others. So, for a visual description of this scale, there is a picture of 7 pairs of circles. And you're going to ask the individual which picture best describes your relationship with this particular person. So, for example, I'd say, which picture best describes my relationship with my classmate? Which picture best describes my relationship with my sibling? And I would choose one of the circles, 1 through 7. 1 is no overlap, which means you don't feel connected to this person at all. And 7 is most overlap, which is the opposite. And with the social penetration theory, this was first proposed by Altman and Taylor in 1973. And Amanda Carpenter and Catherine Green did a wonderful explanation on this theory. A good sentence that I quoted in my outline was, social penetration describes the process of bonding that moves a relationship from superficial to more intimate. And it is mainly carried out through self-disclosure, which is the act of sharing information with another person, which we know. And with the social penetration theory, there is a picture that goes along with it of an onion. And there's lots of layers to an onion, right? On the outside, there's topics of conversation that are more surface level. So it's going to be, what's your favorite color? What kind of music do you like? Just stuff that you would share with basically anybody. And then as you work your way into the middle is talking about your morals, your beliefs, your goals, the way your mind works, just deeper stuff in simple terms. And now that we know and we've touched on that, referring to the social penetration theory, the onion that I was just talking about, for me, it was easiest to talk about topics in the central layers, the middle, the goals, the morals. It was easier to talk about that with people I already had a connection with, which makes perfect sense. You feel safer with people you have a connection with. Neither classmate 1 or 2 seemed like they wanted to disclose much information that falls into that category. They tried their best, though. I personally found it difficult to answer the questions that dipped into those topics as well. Although, I found that it felt a lot easier and more comfortable to answer those questions and discuss them with classmate number 2. And this is just because they were more engaged in what I was saying and seemed interested in what I had to say. They would ask me questions. They would ask me additional questions to the ones I was already answering and encourage me to have longer answers when I was giving 2 words. This difference between the two interactions with my classmates is why I felt more connection with classmate number 2. Sharing information about myself with others, specifically the more personal topics, the middle of the onion, is a large step outside of my comfort zone, which is exactly what I wanted to try for my final project. I really wanted to challenge myself. This process helped me realize that I am more connected to the people around me than I thought. The most important skill, which is very interesting, the most important skill you need to have in order for this exercise to work is incredibly simple. It's simply listening skills. You need to stop worrying about making it look like you're listening. The things that your parents always taught you for a job interview, making sure you're always keeping eye contact and nodding your head even if you don't understand what they're saying. You just need to put in the effort to comprehend what the other person is telling you. Simple as that. I think that this project has really helped me tune in to people on a daily basis. It's helped me realize that I just need to put in a little more effort in order to hear and listen to what the other person is saying. And not only that, but it has also given me more comfort knowing that I have people who I am connected to and who feel connected to me.